Hi again, it's us, after 2 weeks.
Yep.
Episode 13.
Lucky number.
Yeah. And I guess it's Happy New Year.
Happy late birthday to this guy.
Hi. Today is the 12th. My birthday was yesterday on the 11th. I am currently 23 years old. Another number, another day.
He's an old man.
Compared to you, I'm a young man.
He's an old man. He just doesn't want to admit it.
Yeah. Finish up on college soon. Fudge. Anyway, episode 13, like we said. Or haven't said, maybe. I don't know.
Yes.
We have a lot to cover.
Yeah,
We got a lot of leaks. Two weeks worth of leaks. And that includes 2 VRs. Fun stuff. We got some news regarding the Deletor set. And we also got some news regarding Spring Fixed. And maybe an extra bit of news just for fun at the end. Anyway, let's get straight to the week's leaks. So starting off with the week's leaks, we have a very controversial card. And there, Alex.
I would say it's controversial. It's pretty straightforward. People just don't want to accept
Yeah,
facts.
there were a lot of memes / back and forth. Like, we got the Shadow Paladin VR, Gust Blaster Dragon. And the controversy around him was people were saying he's not good. Some people were saying he's decent, comparing him to Monarch, right?
But here's the thing. Just because it's broken doesn't mean it's amazing. It's the support that goes around it that.
I mean, just because it's not broken.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. Anyway, his skill is Auto Vanguard. When it attacks, cost Counterblast 1 and retire 2 rear guards. Draw a card. Your opponent chooses one of his or her rear guards, retires it, and this unit gets power plus 10,000 until the end of turn, making him a 23, maybe a force marker 33 attacker.
So it evens out. You retire one of your opponents for one of yours, and you also draw
2
4
yours.
No.
You retire 2 rear guards, draw a card, and you kill one of your opponents.
So you basically balance out.
Correct. His other skill is the fun part. Auto Vanguard, when your rear guard, is retired, if a grade 3 card with Blaster in its card name is in your soul, this unit gets critical plus 1 until the end of turn. So this is an auto ability, so it will trigger every time something's retired. So if you have currently the only Blaster grade 3s are him and PVD, Peanut Butter Dragon.
Yep.
So you have to ride on a grade 3 to do it.
So,
But
yeah.
just from his skill alone, you're already swinging with triple critical.
Yeah. The only downside that I see to this card is the fact that it's a VR that requires another VR in your soul just to work. So, it's the money in that.
Mm-hmm.
But this is really good in the sense that there's it's not once per turn, and it doesn't require his skill to get the crit. So there's another grade 1 5k that kills itself to do something. It's a promo in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever get it, it'd be nice. But it can also trigger this before you attack and trigger his own ability. And there's ways you can make this beyond just 3 damage on itself. You can just flat out wreck your opponent for nothing.
Honestly, if you don't have Counterblast, worst case scenario, and you just want to make it a threat, you could always just go, call this random trigger, call it over, it gets retired. Hey, look, it's already double critical.
Yeah.
Like you have the little loopholes.
And also, this reminds me a lot of Ghostbuster. Not Ghostbuster. Yes, it reminds me a lot of Ghostbuster. It reminds me a lot of Gauntlet Buster back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
About how, you just build up critical and swing out and kill your opponent out of nowhere.
See, to the people that don't know, the 20 people that watch this, the controversy was why doesn't it have guard restrict? Why this? Why that? Well, it could have been more broken. Yada yada yada, and then people are saying, well, a PG can stop this right in the tracks. Yes, I agree. A PG can stop this right in its tracks. A PG can stop Phantom Blast Dragon right in its tracks.
Perfect Guard stop a lot of things right in this track.
Correct. I do love this card for one reason though. Both PBD and him are more than likely going to be swinging at you with a big enough number and more double critical or more. So sure, PG stops it. That's 1 less PG in your hand, and that's 2 less cards in your hand. Mm-hmm. In a deck that runs 8 criticals, maybe 6, either way, they can put on the rear guards. Those can be more criticals, And what if you don't have a PG? Like Excel matchups. What if you don't have a PG in your hand? Well, you're just taking a big ass hit with double critical or more.
Well, this guy, a lot of people are really comparing it to what's his name, Waterfall, and in my opinion, this is better than Waterfall. The reason I say that is Waterfall is a one-shot pony, one-trick pony. You either get it, win with it, or you don't. This, if you don't kill the next turn, guess what? It's still gonna have more critical the next turn and the next turn. You don't have to be relying on like riding over and over again.
And the best part is his first skill just honestly kill 2 plus 10 and draw a card. Like
yeah,
it's actually a pretty good card.
Yeah, and the way like some of the cards work and everything, you can just actually plus off of its skill.
Correct. Like you gotta think. Yes, Perfect Guard can stop it. But you're going to be using a Perfect Guard or guarding the Vanguard every single time. Because they're, like I said, stringing with double critical or more. Like in the entire game, you're going to be playing against Shadows. You're not going to let their grade 3 Vanguard hit. Ever. And if you do, you're just ballsy. Hi, John.
But yeah, that's Gust Blaster Dragon.
Correct. Now he's going to be probably the card that we talk about the most just because of the controversy part. We're going to skim through some of these real fast. As much as I want to talk about the next one in full detail and rant, I just gotta stop myself.
Yeah, we're gonna like cover this one quickly, but it is a really good card.
So 4 Link Joker cards got leaked, and there are some fan favorites in the sense. And once I tell you about the first one and show you the first one, you're gonna get a great, fast idea about what we're talking about. So we have another starter. So we know we have a Deletor starter, 1 row, draw a card. We have another starter, 1 row, draw a card. It's Micro Hull Draco Kid. You already know what the next 3 cards are going to be. For old players. For new players, oh, this is going to be very fun.
Say it again.
Huh?
Say it again.
Micro Hull Draco Kid?
Draco.
Draco. D-R-A-C-O-K-I-D.
Oh, it's Draco.
What do you think it was?
Could have sworn it was Draco. Anyways, continue.
Okay, Draco Kid. Continuing. The great one that old players will know, new players, hi, is Gravity Ball Dragon. Its skill is continuous rearguard during your turn if your opponent has 2 or less rearguards. All of your other Cyber Dragons in the same row as this unit get power plus 4,000 until they power plus 4,000. Now row is, you know, this way, not this way, this way. Death way, not death.
It's not to get it.
So you can, if you're playing Deletors and you delete their Vanguard and you put, no, Deletor's not a Cyber Dragon. Basically, it's honestly a good card. You'll know why in a second. Continuing, we got the Grade 2, Gravity Collapse Dragon. Auto Vanguard Rearguard. When its attack hits a Vanguard, look at 5 cards from the top of your deck. Ride or call up to 1 Grade 3 Cyber Dragon from among them to the circle that this unit was on as rest and shuffle your deck. This is an amazing card.
Hey, what's the grade 3 we're going to be talking about?
It's a Cyber Dragon.
You know what else is a Cyber Dragon?
Chaos Breaker. Premium. Hi. Who's going to let this thing hit in premium?
Nobody.
Anyway. Now the big boy for himself. He is the triple rare of the set. He is a grade 3. He does have a force marker. It's the one. It's the only Schwarzschild Dragon. He's back. And he's different. Very different. Like, if you get the grade 2 skill to go off, you basically are pulling a mini Ezel in a sense. Like if your opponent goes first, you go first, you get to grade 1, your opponent goes to grade 1. You get to grade 2 and hit, you're already grade 3. So your opponent goes there at grade 2, you start your turn at grade 3, so you can do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, or even better, you can ride this and get all the skills off.
Correct. Now, Forge Dragon has 2 skills. The first one is Act. Vanguard, once per turn, cost. Counterblast 1, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and bind it face down. It's doing the new new Link Joker mechanic that we've seen already. Also, the other skill is Act Vanguard cost. Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1 grade 3, and turn all cards in your opponent's bind zone face up. Your opponent cannot normal call cards with the same card name as face up cards in his or her bind zone until the end of his or her turn. Counts the cards bound after this. Yeah. The fact that it says until the end of his or her turn means that when you do this skill, your opponent cannot normal call cards from the bind zone to the guardian circle or the rear guard circle, because that's both calling. That means any cards that can be used for guarding are that turn gone. So if for any reason somehow they manage to bind face down a perfect guard or a heal trigger or something like that, yeah, you're not using that to guard anymore. And the other part is during their turn they cannot normal call, which means if you have some key unit in there that you bound, they can't use that key unit for that turn. Like this is, it's not lock,
it's a mini,
but it's close.
It's a mini Optorandus.
Yeah.
But it also affects card. Though I think Optorandus, it's not as good as Optorandus because it says normal call. So I mean, Gold Paladins can still use Ezel to call out a full field.
Correct. But in other decks, like for example, you got
any normal deck is gonna hurt.
let me just give an example that I've heard and I agree with. Aqua Force.
Yeah, rip.
You bind a Tile Assault, you face up a Tile Assault. They cannot call a Tile Assault during their turn. How crucial is Tile Assault?
Yeah, very.
There we go.
Or Nagas, or anything.
Pretty much. You can stop their main combos really fast.
Hey, I'm gonna bind this Blaster Blade. And you're not gonna use Blaster Blade for the rest of this turn.
Unless you use King of Knights. But under in
Yeah.
King of Knights, it's like, shit.
Yeah.
Or Alpha. Anyway,
Yeah.
it has its loopholes, but it's a good card nonetheless.
Yes.
I like it. And it brings back nostalgia. Continuing. Skipping those. Hi. More Link Joker, because why not?
Mm-hmm.
And this is this is beautiful for me. Just because everybody remembers, or people that play their leaders remember the lefty and the righty in that right alley.
Mm-hmm.
They're back. So we're gonna go right ahead and start with I believe it's the left hand. Healing the leader Elro. His skill is auto rearguard. When its attack hits a vanguard, if healing the leader Alba, which is the right hand, the other one, is on your rearguard, cost Counterblast 1, choose one of your opponent's rearguards and bind it face down. So it's on hit pressure. Its other skill is auto drop zone. When you're healing the leader Alba is placed on rearguard, cost Counterblast 1 and call this card to rearguard. So you can basically you can put 2 cards in your front row for basically a Counterblast and 1 card from hand.
Mm-hmm.
That's good if you ask me. Now you go to healing the leader Alba, the right hand that combos off with the left hand. It has the continuous rearguard skill of during the battle it attacks a vanguard. If healing the leader Elro is on your rearguard, this unit gets power plus 4,000, making it a 14k attacker. Not bad. Mm-hmm. Its other skill is basically the same thing as Elro, but a little bit different. Auto drop zone. When healing the leader Elro is placed on rearguard, cost Soul Blast 1 and call this card to rearguard. These two are amazing.
Their effects really kind of play off of what their original effects were.
Like you're definitely playing 4 and 4 though.
It's just not one searching the other from the deck. It's both can call each other from drop zone.
Correct.
Which is kind of better in a sense.
And what we're seeing from the leaders right now, they're using a lot of soul cost, leaving that Counterblast for the elite, but you still have that Counterblast to play around with. So it's in my preference, I'd rather use a Soul Blast cost to make a field rather than the Counterblast. But if I'm actually doing this, it's like they're deleted. They're at 0. Let me just do one or the other, so get a full field, just hit.
So this card's really good in premium, just for the fact that most of their delete stuff is retire rearguard. So you can retire it and then just bring it right back.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, continue. Oh, there are some combos there. Oh, I'm gonna do this in another video. Anybody that knows premium deleters and how Given works and how the stand trigger and the starter work, if you get lucky, you can make a full field.
Anyway, continue.
We have another double rare to cover. It's from Murakumo, a grade 3 in Excel, and has the Excel marker. Real quick on him, he is Stealth Fiend, Mortress Valiant. Auto Vanguard Rearguard. When an attack does not hit, if you have 3 or more rear guards, cost Counterblast 1. Search your deck for up to 1 card with the same card name as one of your units. Reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. Not bad.
Yeah.
Like, you can be strategic about this and go, let me place this Perfect Guard down here, or the heal trigger, just to get units and boost and hits, and then go Canvas 1, pop it, and take it out of the deck.
This is good in 2 things. One, just overall how Excel is. When you YOLO and you have to call down that heal trigger, now your guard you used to have to call down the swing isn't too bad because you can get it back in a sense.
I mean, yes, it's taking it out from the deck, like you want to keep a heal trigger in there, but in certain cases it's like, it's either do this or I die.
Or this, but we talked about last time, Shiryuki is really good.
Not only Shiryuki, Zanbaku, good sir. Put this down, have left and right arrestor there, use its skill, put a left arrestor, like guarantee another Zanbaku turn in a sense. Or even Zangeki and then put a left arrestor down and, you know, have stuff. It's an overall good card. I'm honestly now thinking about playing it, really. The Counterblast 1 is kind of... but nonetheless.
Yep.
Continuing.
Oh, fun stuff.
You're going to have fun with this. So I'm going to read the effects, and then you're going to rant.
I'm not going to rant, but we're going to definitely discuss.
So, as always, I say as always, but mostly you've noticed, we're going to, if there are multiple leagues, we're going for the grade 1 up. So we're going to first cover Alluring Succubus. And yes, these are DI leaks. Stream leaks. So we're going to cover the VR. Hold up. Alluring Succubus. Act. Rear Guard. Cost. Counterblast 1. Put this unit into your soul. Look at 7 cards from the top of your deck. Reveal up to 2 grade 3 cards from among them. Put up to 1 card of them into your hand. Put up to 1 card in your soul and shuffle your deck. And of course the ruling is if there's only 1 grade 3, you just put it into your hand.
Well, you can choose to either put it into your hand or your soul. You get an option.
I don't think so, just because it says put up to 1 card from among them into your hand. Put up to 1 card. Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Never mind. Because it says up to 1, you can say none for the first skill and then 1 for the second skill.
Yeah, or if you get both, you can just do both.
Correct.
It's pretty good. Definitely good for premium because it sets up the no luck king. Like if you didn't have it in hand, well, this is a great way to set it up and make sure you have it and build up soul. Standard, I don't know so much, just because you really want to hit the early soul charge. Like you want to build up soul faster, then you want to really set up for that. This is a good premium card. I
mean, honestly, this is even a good card for standard, just because yes, it's a Counterblast 1. How much Counterblast do you really use?
The newer support, a lot.
Well, yeah, but you still have the grade 2 to counter charges.
Yeah, and there's another counter charger now. So.
Yeah, so you have options of counter charging, but that's not the point. Even if it's a Counterblast, this guy, this succubus goes into soul, and if you check 2 grade 3s, another card goes into soul. So a minimum of 1 soul charge, a maximum of 2 soul charge, and you get a grade 3 in hand.
Yeah, true.
So you get your soul buffs and you get your setup.
Yeah.
Not bad. And it's an axe skill, just like boop, 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 boop.
Grade 2.
Grade 2. Flirtatious Succubus. I loved this card in the old days.
I tell you what, this is gonna be pretty, so pretty, just because this is a foil.
Like the old card was just on play soul charge 1, which was not bad in the old days, and the art was beautiful. And this art, oh my god, this art is sexy. Like dark irregular cards are always sexy for some reason. I don't know. Whoever's doing the art, props.
I mean, it has Succubus, has to be.
Now this grade 2 is an 8K, and it is a double rare, so being an 8K is actually understandable for one reason. Its skills. Auto rear guard. At the end of the battle, they did attack the vanguard cost. Put this unit into your soul. Choose 1 of your opponent's rear guards and retire it. Like, damn. And then its other skill is auto soul cost. Counterblast 1 and discard a card from your hand. And return this card to your hand. So you're technically minusing 1 card in soul and you're replacing a card in your hand. But you're getting this back in hand. And with the VR, this is good because of the retire skill. And Gwyn the Rippers are also going to start being good.
Yeah, foreshadowing for that. This is really good overall. Yet, even with by itself is really good. Just for the fact that it retires anything. and its cost is literally not even a cost. Just put it into Soul.
Which is a benefit in Dark Regular's case.
Yeah, which, I mean, Kagura would probably wish it had cards like this.
Anywho, the VR. Everything was like, this was the biggest problem about this VR, and by the way, it's King of Mass Dantarian. Like, the biggest conception about this card was how is it going to combo with the Death Anchor? Is it going to help? Is it going to support? Yada yada yada. And it's kind of weird.
So this card can work with Death Anchor, but it's more of a setup to Death Anchor. Like, this is the card you want to ride first to build up your game, to set up the game, and then you want to finish with a Death Anchor.
What we're talking about is it has 3 skills. First one is Continuous Vanguard. While you are calling Guardians, you may even call grade 2 or greater cards from your soul. You may even call any number to Guardian Circle. So it has this defensive skill, which late game, like we were playtesting, you have a lot of soul. You can utilize that at that point.
Yeah, like I said earlier, if you go into Death Anchor, if you feel like you're not going to win, or you know somebody's going to say, like, waterfall you, you can just say, okay, cool. After Death Anchor, I'm going to go into this. That way I can just sit on this and I can use all my soul to guard that waterfall's coming next turn instead of using my hand.
Correct. Then he has the other two. The second skill is Auto Vanguard. When your opponent's trigger is retired during your turn, you may soul charge 2. Like, that's why the retire cards now become very good, because that is a very, very hyper go soul.
Yeah, so Gwen Ripper is now technically a soul charge 3 if you get the retire off. The new grade 2 is an automatic soul charge 3 with this card. It helps accelerate your soul for Death Anchor.
And not only does the soul charge 2 come in handy for the third skill and all the other soul charges do, like, just imagine this. You play Gwen the Ripper. You have 10 cards in soul, let's assume. So you put a card in soul, you cannibus on your retire unit. His skill activates, you soul charge 2 more. If any of those 3 cards satisfy the third skill, which is Auto Vanguard, when a grade 2 or greater card is put into your soul due to an ability of a card, 3 of your rear guards get power plus 5,000 until the end of the turn. You just make a big board. Like, Gwen the Ripper just became a 14k attacker from his own skill.
Yeah, and this is not once per turn either, so anytime, if you soul charge it by normally, if you soul charge it by his own effect, by any other card effect, like, it just, the numbers will add up quickly.
Yeah, this card is not broken. It is a great setup though. Like, not only do you get defense if you need it, you get also a bigger turbo soul charge, and you get a way to buff your field just to make that first ride or second ride or whatever a little bit more threatening.
This is, like I said, a great setup just because the soul charge it gets is really good. I forgot who I heard talk about this, but if you use Blue Dust, all you have to do is just swing at a rear guard and it's soul charge 5.
Yeah.
And then basically you can swing out early with power numbers, waste out their hand, and then next turn Death Anchor, and after you've dwindled them down, you can just finish it out with the Death Anchor.
Correct. Which at the recording of this video, the last triple rare the Dark Regulars might get is still not out, and our speculations is that it's who?
Bladewing Reggie.
So this is gonna be fun.
And I'm pretty sure, like 90% sure, it's gonna be Bladewing Reggie.
Continuing on, more Dark Regular leaks. Like, these are the MVPs, honestly. This guy's in love with one little creeper.
Like, this card alone just shifted the whole deck in another direction in playtesting.
And we're going to talk about him last out of the 3. So first off, we're going to go right ahead and cover, I am assuming this is, yeah, they're all great ones. So first we have Bus Finder of Wind. We have Auto Rearguard. When your drive check reveals a trigger unit, you may put that card into your soul if you put Soul Charge 2. Not bad.
You're not going to play it.
It's not bad. It's like Soul Charge 3, but sometimes you want those triggers in your hand. Like, their defense, their perfect guards, their heal triggers,
And, I mean, they're just not going into your hand.
Yeah.
Like, you're minusing the cards that would go into your hand.
Like, it's a risk. If you want a turbo, honestly, this is a really good card in No Life King Premium. Just turbo, because it's not a once per turn, nor is it in one place. It's literally, I exist. You do this when you do this.
Yes, I don't know.
it's an option.
Yeah, I guess.
Like if you really want a turbo.
feel like there's better cards though.
True. Anyway, second grade one is Direful Noise. Auto rearguard. When the attack it boosted hits a Vanguard. Cost, put this unit into your soul, choose one of your opponent's rearguards and retire it. This I can see being played.
Oh yeah. Because this with the like VR is like another Soul Charge 3.
Yeah. Like they're not gonna let this hit. Just because go to soul, kill it, soul charge 2 more, buff field.
I mean, depends on how many you have and if they need the damage.
Yeah.
I mean,
This is pressure right here.
and can I say this? I love how this became the Protect Kagura deck. I like all the retire power in this now.
Okay, now we gotta talk about the MVP. It's a grade 1 triple rare. It is Dimensional Creeper. Our boy is back. And I wouldn't say he's better than ever.
Oh, he's better. He's better than the original, in my opinion.
If I see a card that says no cost in the sense of no counterblast or stuff like that, I like it. He does say counterblast. That's my only downside in it. It's like resource.
Here's my thing though. If you have to put him on rear guard, he's a threat to any deck.
True.
Because he's just because if he have a grade 3 in Vanguard, if he's on rear guard.
Good, so Dimensional Creeper continues. Rear guard. If a grade 3 card is in your soul, which most likely it will be with all the cards that we've seen, this unit gets power +5, which means it's a 13k, which means it hits any Vanguard, except for Grade Force.
Yeah.
Its other skill is Act Soul, cost Counterblast 1, put this card on the bottom of your deck, and you may Soul Charge 3. Turbo!
So, reason I say this is better, because one Soul Charge is one more.
Than the old one.
Yeah, for a Counterblast. Which is, I mean, yeah, the Counterblast does hurt, but at least this does something on rear guard the other one didn't do.
Correct.
So, overall, in my opinion, it's better, because it gets Soul Charges more, and it gives power.
And he's Creeper, and he looks cool.
Yeah, and his art's pretty nice, too.
Alright, continuing. Real quick Murakumo leaks. We have Stealth Beast, Metamorph Fox. Auto rearguard, when placed, you may change the card name of this unit to the card name of one of your other units until the end of turn. Like in Murakumo, in specific builds, this actually comes pretty handy. I think it'll even come in handy with Shiryuki. Maybe, I don't know, I forget. Either way, this can come in handy in Mandela Lord a lot and other decks. Like, it's a nice deck. I don't see a lot of people playing it, but it's a nice deck nonetheless. Continuing, we have Covert Demonic Dragon Denzetsu Anarch.
Like it's in type.
Yeah. Continuous Vanguard Rearguard. All of your Rearguards with the same card name as your Vanguard get power +5000. So again, Mandela Lord builds are really going to use these a lot.
Yep.
When placed from your deck, this unit gets power +5000 until the end of turn. Again, Mandela Lord. Like if you have this on rearguard, you can literally just Mandela Lord it out of your deck, and hey, look, it's a 14k. I believe it's, yeah. No, wait, no, this is a grade 3. Sorry, it's a 17k then, and it's a you know, it's a good card nonetheless. And then last card is a double rare. It's a grade 2. We have Stealth Fiend, Midnight Crow. Auto Vanguard Rearguard. When placed from hand, cost Counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 1. Search your deck for up to one card with the same card name as your Vanguard. Call it a Rearguard and shuffle your deck. This card can be used for Mandela Lord. I can see a better use for Shiryuki. The Soul Blast 1 to call though is in Shiryuki kind of, you know, back and forth.
I mean, I think it's pretty good. I don't really see it really used much for Shiryuki just because the stuff that works with Shiryuki wants to get either from your drop zone to your hand or your deck from your hand. They don't really want to clone it to rear guard because there's no way to really get them back from rear guard to hand.
True.
This is really good for Mandalore. That's pretty much where this is gonna go.
Yeah, I still have the Mandalore side deck, so I honestly might just put these in there and see what happens. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, continuing on, last leaks that we have, unless for some reason in the next few minutes we get some weird leaks, which I don't believe so, but nonetheless, we have more Link Joker. Yay! It's my birthday. Let's end on Link Joker. It was my birthday. You get the point. We have first. We're gonna go with the grade 1. It is a grade 1. Yeah, it is a grade 1. Embryo Deletor Yaraga. Where's Hector when you need him?
Yargle. He is now Yargle.
Yeah, you're not Hector. Auto rear guard, when placed, cost, Counterblast 1, retire another rear guard. Bind all of your opponent's rear guards in the same column as this unit face down.
Does that include yours?
Good sir, bind all your opponent's rear guards in the same column.
Your opponent's.
I think the actual card is going to be worded differently just because it says retire another rear guard. It doesn't say yours. That one? Yours? I'm going to retire your rear guard for the cost?
Yeah, it's probably just a mistranslation.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. And if it isn't, and if people do exploit this, it's like, I'm going to retire yours and bind those two.
Out of all the times that I said I looked at a card and I thought it was going to be worded to the word where you can use it, how often does it happen?
Never.
Exactly, it's not going to happen this time.
I know. I'm just optimistic. Okay, anyway, continuing on, we got some old cards that got reintroduced. Manipulator of Gravity Field. His ability is act rear guard if your opponent has 2 or less rear guards. Cost, put this unit into your soul, and 3 of your units get power plus 4,000 until the end of turn. Now this guy is very good because of the leader has a lot of effects. It's a Soul Blast one, and not to mention if you do delete their Vanguard, plus 4 to 3 of your units is actually pretty good. You're just making a bigger board to their 0.
It's an extra 5k shield to everything.
Yep. Not a bad card overall, even though it is a grade 1 common. Like, I can see myself running it. The good one now. Another grade 1 triple rare. This is like a theme for this set.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, everybody's probably going to get a triple rare grade 1.
Well, we got Shadow's got a triple rare grade 2. Dark Joker got a grade 1 triple rare. Link Joker got a grade 1 triple rare. I'm not gonna check the others, but you get the gist.
Have you just now realized this fact? Because, you know, like, everybody either gets a grade 2 triple rare and either a grade 1 or a grade 3 triple rare.
Oh, yeah.
It's a theme across all the sets.
Fudge it! Just roll with it. Yes, grade 1, triple rare, Link Joker. It is Opener of Dark Gates. She's back. Hey, auto, rigor, one place. If your opponent has 2 or less rigors, cost, Soul Blast 1. Look at 2 cards on the top of your deck. Call up to 1 card with a grade less than or equal to your opponent's Vanguard from among them to your rigor and put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. Yes.
Spike Bouncer.
It says 2 cards and it's your opponent's Vanguard. Technically, yes, it can go good or it can go bad. Does it say up to? It says up to. It's nice.
It's a Link Joker Spike Bouncer.
Correct. The only problem I have with this is if you are very unfortunate and you look at up to and they're both triggers, they go to the bottom of the deck, and as of now, and I don't recall, and maybe there is, but I don't know, there is no form of shuffling your deck in the leaders or Link Joker. I keep saying the leaders for Link Joker.
It's pretty much.
Yeah, but there is no form of shuffling your deck in Link Joker as of now, or maybe there is and I don't know. You get the gist of it. So, it's like a double-edged sword. Like, you can get some really good cards off the top of your deck and just build a field out of nothing. Like, example, you get one of the left or right hands, you put it down, you use the left or right scan skill from drop zone, you just got 3 units on the board with 1 unit skill. Man.
Yeah. And that's pretty much it. For the leak? Well, no. We got something else to talk about.
We covered the week's leaks. Now we're going to scroll back. Well, I'm going to scroll back. And we're going to talk about the Deletor set that comes out January 25th in Japan. We're getting it March 22nd. Like, I don't want to wait that long. I want my shit. Anywho, we got some big news regarding rarities. Like, I don't know what is it with Bushi and adding or making new rarities whenever Shadow Paladin is in the question or in the set. I mean, it's just fairy.
Yeah.
The fairies goes out the window because of Ultra Miracle, but I don't care about Ultra Miracle. But nonetheless, yeah, we're getting new rarities. Say hello to Deletor Rare. I'm going to put up this picture. Both. Deletor Rares. They are basically
Full art SPs.
Full art SPs of certain key triple rares, not the VRs, triple rares, or double rares.
I'm gonna have you try to hunt down this picture later. I mean, there's a stream or somewhere where it has it, but the actual art that is in this is different. They're cut out, and it has this purple smoky delete background on them.
You mean this?
No. It doesn't show in those. Sadly.
If Philip in editing finds it, put it right here.
Yes.
If there's nothing here, just put some sort of box or letters to say nothing here. Anywho, like I said, we're getting. Not only are we getting technically reprint SPs, I think this is. I think these are like reprint SPs. Like we got a Blaster Blade and a Perfect Guard that are basically SP version.
Yeah. For people that wanted that art of Blaster
and then, like I said, we got the Deletor Rares. I'm gonna pop up the. I'm trying to find his or cut out these. I'm gonna pop Trumpeter in here that we got leaked, and then I'm gonna pop Shiryuki full art. So people that love Shiryuki are gonna probably want to get this card.
Yeah.
But that's not the important part. The important part is there is an SDR, which means Secret Deletor Rare. Popping up picture here. And as you can see... What?
Just this. Like, my wallet.
Yeah, these look beautiful. I'm going to zoom in on the key parts or... I'm editing. Anyway, as you can see from this picture, the Secret Deletor Rares are going to have this nice golden border with the clan symbol in the top. And S-speed and borderless. Like I'm looking at this, it's borderless in the sense of the power.
They're like the triggers from the Sequoia Stripe.
They're like the ultra rares.
Yeah. A thing again about these the backgrounds are also going to be the same as the Delete Rare, where it has that smoky thing. So they're going to have this purple smoky Delete Rare, and then they're going to also have this gold Legion border kind of thing around them.
And the best part is, best part. As you can see from this picture, it's only showcasing the VRs we've seen, which means we still need the Deletor VR to be shown, and he's going to have the same border, and the Pale Moon VR.
I envy Deletors right now, just for the fact that both of their main grade 3s are going to have that Deletor border.
Yeah, my wallet.
Yeah, his wallet's just going to cry. I was sitting there like, well, what's all I need for the DI VR?
Which once this comes out, we're going to be looking at Japanese cases and see the pull ratios to get an idea.
Hopefully, it's one per case.
Yeah, because the way the set works is you have 84 cards apparently. You have 5 VRs, which mean the main units. 8 triple rare, 12 rares, 17 rares, double rares are 12, 17 rares, 42 commons, and then added to that you have 5 SVRs, 5 origin rares, 2 SPs, so the Blaster Dark and the Perfect Guard, 5 Deletor Rares, and 7 Secret Deletor Rares, being all the VRs from the set, the Trial Decker Deletor, and Ibuki signed.
And Ibuki signed.
I want Ibuki.
With a Delete Rare. That's going to be interesting to see.
So yeah, ratios for this set are going to be very interesting to see.
God, Deletors are going to, like, max rarity is going to be so expensive.
Yeah, if I said that as my goal, I'm just... My wallet's already crying because of another thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to mention that maybe. Anywho, that was, the big announcement of the rarities. Currently, we are waiting on Answer of Truth, which, by the way, next week we're getting a case. We're gonna do a case opening, so look out for that. And then Japan, like I said, January 25th, we're getting the Deletor stuff and the Vanguard, the yada yada yada. We're gonna see that, and then after that is Bermudas, of course, Bermudas. Anywho, last bit of news is we're gonna talk about Springfest. We have locations. Good news, bad news. Most of the locations for America have been leaked. None locations for Europe have been leaked. Wink wink to my friends back in Slovenia. And some locations for Asia, Oceania have been leaked.
And if you're in Canada, you're gonna be happy because all of them are pretty much leaked out.
Yeah. All the we're just gonna be talking about America because we're here, and then Europe later maybe when it leaks. But the bad news is that we've seen all locations and dates except for Mexico and Mexico City and Atlanta, Georgia, which is the key one for us.
Yeah.
Like pushing by.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we're pretty sure that we know when it's gonna happen.
Yeah. So we've got we've got the other dates though. So as far as dates goes, is I'm gonna put the link in the description to go straight to this site for you guys if you want to check it out. But anyway, we got Chicago, Illinois on the 16th and 17th of March. We have Canada, Toronto from 13th to 14th of April. We have California from 27th to 28th of April. We have Canada, Richmond, 4th and 5th of May. We have New York, 25th and 26th of May. And last, we have Texas, 15th and 16th of June. Now, our speculation is for Mexico City, I don't know.
Yeah, we have no idea for where to go.
But for Atlanta, Georgia, our big speculation is, because it has happened a lot of times like that, especially the last time we went to Atlanta, it's going to drop the next day after the leader set drops in English, which means it's going to be on the 23rd and 24th of March.
Which would line up pretty right, because it's every 2 weeks, and it should be like right in that
Roughly,
spot.
yes.
Right between Chicago and Toronto.
Correct. So that's going to be fun. Link is in the description for this, so go check it out. Europe, when it comes out, we'll also maybe talk about it. And then Asia, Oceania, if anybody from there is watching us, hit a like and leave a comment.
Well, you have the link below if you want to see your dates.
Correct. Like, there's only Singapore, Indonesia, Philippines, and that's it.
Yeah.
Anywho, that was that. I know there was a lot. Hopefully there's going to be... Oh, yeah! The episode. I want to talk about the episode. Because the episode prior, last week's episode, was basically a recap and a little bit more foreshadowing and building up a story. Like giving us some explanations about the... forgot his name. Takodo group?
Oh, yeah.
The kids with the light on his forehead group. Anywho, we have some explanation for that and some recap. But today's episode, because today is Saturday the 12th of January, today's episode was a good one. Like, I'm enjoying the fact that Vanguard episodes are actually good to watch.
Oh, well, we know what's coming after this episode.
Like, spoilers ahead, of course, but in this episode, we saw Ibuki face the kid with the light. I think his name is Takoto. I don't know. Anywho, that meant we had the leaders versus Ezo. Now, fun part about the episode is Ibuki didn't know what Psyqualia was. He just assumed it was some sort of thing that helped him play. He didn't know it was a power. He didn't know what it meant. He didn't even believe the planet carrier existed. Like, he was just... Honestly, from what we can see in the episode, Ibuki is literally just like a vessel. He's not mind-controlled, wink wink, but he is a vessel for the leaders. And we get the explanation about Psyqualia and some of the stuff, and we see Takoto play with Ezo. We see the new Grade 1 and Grade 2 for Ezos and how they work to get Ezo out of the deck, but we never saw Raven here, unfortunately. Yeah. Now the fun part here is, yeah, Ibuki wins. He gets deleted. And when I say he gets deleted, the way the kid works is he is connected to Ezo on Planet Crate. Well, that connection gets severed. His body gets possessed. His blue light turns into a red triangle light.
Like a red crown.
Yeah. And he is now possessed by somebody. Our speculation is that it is Brent. Or Brand.
Planetary Warps.
Correct.
Look at the shadow that he had from the episode, because it showed his shadow and figure in the shadow. It looked very reminiscent of it, and also the opening, ever since this season started, it has kind of had what looked like Brandit going against Royals in the opening. So very good chance that we're getting Planetary Corpse in this. So.
I get to be a dick.
And in the manga, he used Planetary Corpse, so, yep, there we go.
This is gonna be fun. I want to see what they do.
So, I mean, me and John had a speculation about this. So, either way, you're going to be happy about this. Either, one, it can go to the whole reverse your trigger thing, but we don't think it's going to happen.
Alright.
We think it's going to do something else. Because something in this arc of cards has to do this, and we think it's going to be Planetary Corpse.
Which is?
Delete gifts.
Wait. Oh! Kill your Excel circle! Get away that 10,000 power! See that perfect on your hair? Papa! I'm okay with this.
We can see it happening.
I'm okay with this. Like, they took away Locke from Link Joker. I'm sorry. I know people hate Locke.
Locke was...
Chaos was a dick. No, I'm not gonna...
No. Locke in general was just toxic and it just needed to go.
Agreed. But I like the mechanic, one, because I played Messiah. Yes, I locked yours, maybe. Maybe I locked one. Maybe I locked two with my Messiah. But I used Locke to go, lock this, unlock this, lock this, unlock this. Multi. Like, I miss Locke. And this, we want to bring this up. Like, if they completely remove Locke from the game, which on the one hand I'm sad, on the other hand I'm okay with. And we see from the new Link Joker cards that they replace it with a sense of 4,000 power, bind face down, more rear guards than your opponent, right? That's like Link Joker's new identity. My question is, what are they gonna do when Messiah reappears?
I think I have an idea, honestly. Because if you look at Schwarzschild, it kind of gives a great example of it. Where they bind them face down. It's kind of like walking it into the bind zone.
Well, I agree, but we already had Vanish Delete, and the new cards are going to just ramp up Vanish Delete for Igor.
But think of it this way. So Messiah is all about locking and unlocking, right?
Well,
so
binding face down and then coming from bind zone?
So what if they go into the bind zone, and then it flips them face up and back face down in the bind zone to trigger effects?
That would be pointless. Like, flipping it... that would be pointless. Like, just flip this card in your bind zone just to do effects is very pointless.
I mean...
Unless it's, like I said, I'm going to bind this face down and then I'm going to recall it to the field.
We're going way too far.
The question still stands, the legit question still stands, because Messiah's biggest identity was to lock itself and unlock itself and do stuff like that. Like, if Locke is really gone in Standard, what is Messiah? Because Messiah is coming. Ibuki's going to get redeemed. He is going to play Messiah. It is in the manga. We're getting Messiah. What are they going to do?
Time will tell.
Time will tell. Very big speculation though, there will be 4. So I'm okay with this.
I'm just ready for Vanquisher to come back with the Excel markers. Same with Yasue with the Excel markers.
Oh, that's going to be fun. Yasui with Excel. Oh my god. Hey, Victor with Excel markers. Favorite champ. Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty much everything we had to talk about today.
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, you say something. I gotta read it real quick.
Is there anything that you guys are looking forward to out of this stuff? Like, is there anything for, we know that Masonic Sword is coming, Branded's coming. Any of you guys that read the manga, is there anything that you guys are excited for that might be in the manga that hasn't happened yet? I know that I'm excited to see Royals get, what was it, Blaster Sword, Blaster Javelin, stuff we haven't gotten yet that we know is coming.
Yes, please, 20 people that watch this, leave a comment below. Like, I'm sad the fact that it's only 20 people.
It'll grow.
It'll grow. Maybe. Our battles are getting pretty high for our standards. Anyway, yeah, that was it. Week's leaks, tournament, new rarities, the episode. The last bit of news, and this is again for the 20 people or more if this reaches, is I picked up a new hobby, or a new TCG in this case. Yeah. They revamped, and people might already know this, but they revamped Bakugan. They reintroduced and rebooted Bakugan with new Bakugan with a new TCG. It's fun. Like this is all I'm gonna say. The game is fun. The TCG is actually pretty interesting. The Bakugan are more intricate and more detail. And yeah, that's it. If you got, for some reason, if anybody wants to see any videos on that, let it down below. I'll do it right away. But that's my part. I'm very hyped, and I've been searching for this stuff, and it's been eating my wallet a little bit. Alex,
he spent almost $300.
That's how much I spent. Your opinion on this?
It's cool they revamped it. The game itself is pretty. Playing it is pretty fun. I will give it that. It has a very magic-esque feel to it. It should.
The reason it has a magic-esque feel is one pro Magic the Gathering Circuit Series player helped design the mechanic of the game. So that's why it flows and the TCG is actually fun. So continue.
But my thing is, though, is coming from a person who's lived long enough to see it, and I'm sure there's other people in your just watch this might have, is more of the sour taste of what Bakugan was before, and getting over that, and the possibility that it's still being marketed as a toy, not as a TCG, and it should be marketed more as a TCG. It's just it's in a weird area right now.
Basically, you're seeing the two factions of the community there are right now. You got one faction that has this sour taste and is a little bit relentless to pick it up and yada yada yada, and then you have my faction that's feels the nostalgia and jumped to it right away the second it got announced. Like most of the community in Bakugan that have picked it up are loving it, are excited that it's finally back because they loved it in the old days. And then of course, like Alex, you have this other group that's really hesitant because of what it was in the old days.
It's really gonna come down to the marketing team and how they push it forward. Because right now, yeah, it's cool, it's great right now. But Dragon Ball Super was also that way, and in our community, Dragon Ball Super just like plummed into the downhole.
Like, I will say this though, Dragon Ball Super had the problem of content in the sense of anime.
Yeah.
Like once they they caught up to Super Saiyan Blue very fast.
Like in less than a year.
Exactly, and then other stuff. Like they caught up to the source material really fast, and you know how the anime works. It's like, next season is gonna be in 2 years. So,
but you were saying earlier, I was trying to say earlier, is if they have a great competitive market scene, great marketing, showing it to people, getting it into the viewers, letting people know about it. I mean, yeah, it could be like another Pokemon, where it has a fan base for adults and kids and everything. I can see where it can grow. But it's just going to take time and marketing and see how it goes in the future. Right now, it's just really hard to say.
Correct, because the game is literally less than a month old. We don't have a secondary market. We don't even have an official
we have
card list.
Yeah, we don't even know the cards. We opened some packs earlier and we're like, oh, this is actually kind of cool. We didn't even know what it does because they have no way to look what cards are.
Yeah, there is a list I found that people made of the cards in the packs, and there's over 370 cards in the first booster set. Like how? Wow. But other than that, it's like a fan-made one. There's no official one. The Bakugan are also coming slow, and the biggest problem right now is product in stores.
I will say one thing. Creators of Bakugan, if you're doing this on purpose about not putting up a source for the cards. Reason why is because from a guy who's played TCGs for over 7 years. This is the first time I got excited to see a card because I didn't know what it did. And it's cool to not know what a card you're going to get is and seeing something that's awesome and not knowing about it. Most of the TCGs where you got Vanguard, Pokemon, Magic, you see the leaks, you already know what the cards are before you get them. This is the first time I've opened packs and not knowing what I'm getting and saying, oh, this is actually kind of cool. Oh, this is actually really cool.
I can agree with him because Vanguard, because I'm Vanguard specifically, and even with Y Shorts in a sense, and Magic and all those, is like, you know what's in the packs. And you go open a pack, and you go, and in Vanguard especially, it's like, Yeah, I don't care about these 5 cards that are commons. Maybe some triggers, maybe some common cards that are good. Mm-hmm. I want these rares that are usually the cards that I'll be running and are good. Mm-hmm. With these, like we said, we don't know. And we're looking at these common cards like, ooh, this is good. Ooh, this is useful. Ooh, I can see combos with it. And they're commons. Like, you don't see commons being excited anymore.
But, again, if it is you guys doing it on purpose, props. Because that means that people are going to buy this product and nobody knows what anything is and it's all game. So you do like us, just get basically a box of it and open it.
Pretty much. Have fun. Anyway, yeah. If you want that, leave a comment. We'll do it. I'll do it. Yada, yada, yada. I hope this episode ain't go long.
It's over an hour.
Yeah, anywho. Please hit the like on the video. The 20 people that watch this. If you're new, subscribe to our channel for more stuff and more V times. We do this every week. Next week we're gonna be doing a case opening of Answer Truth, and following that, I'm gonna try to do all 3 deck profiles for that case and gameplays as well. So that we're gonna soon be having being busy. I know. Anywho, like I said, like, subscribe, share if you want. Follow us on Facebook. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, I'll put those later, good, so don't make me hard. I've been Philip.
This is Alex.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Goodbye.
Woo! Wait, I can do this. Whoop. Boop, 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 boop.
Boy.
Yeah.